Fantastic. Well, boys and girls, let me ask you this. Have you ever been to a magic show somewhere? Yes? Uh-huh. Yes? All right. Okay. Can we use any microphone? Is there any? No. Okay. Oh, this one. Well, this one may be difficult to go everywhere, but let's see. That's okay. Um, now, what do you like from these magic shows? Thank you. What do you like the most in these magic shows? Anybody? Yes, here on this side. Okay.
How people can get puff of smoke without even doing anything. They can just disappear without even doing anything.
All right. Something disappears without doing anything. Yeah, wow, that's good. Anybody else? Yes, there. Uh-huh.
Sorry.
And when people just come on and then just say there's nothing to do.
All right. Okay. Now, boys and girls, I know you like all these things, but when I was a child, I sometimes watched this magic show, and the special item was, I thought I'd bring this big box here, and I will put one of you in there, hand tied, feet tied, in the box, locked up, and then see whether you disappear or not, or you escape from it or not. Can you do that? That would be good, wouldn't it? Well, I like that one. I used to like that because the magician would come, he would have a big trunk, and then he would put one of their beautiful assistants, hand tied, sometimes feet tied, and eyes all blindfolded, put that assistant in, locked it, and then what happens next? He takes this big some cloth and he goes in front of it and does this, and then he opens the box, and what do you see in that?
Nothing.
Nothing. And the assistant disappears. Now, why does he open the box? Yes?
To prove that she is.
To prove that she is gone. He is not opening the box so that she could come out. But box is opened so people can see that there is nothing in it. It's empty. Now, when I look back, boys and girls, I think something is there. And I can see Easter story just having some connection with that. Now, Jesus came to this earth and he was arrested, and then on Thursday he was put on trial. And on Friday morning he was put on the cross because he was pleaded guilty of blasphemy. You know blasphemy? What is blasphemy? No, blasphemy means that you dishonor God, or you say something wrong about God, which you shouldn't be saying. So Jesus was crucified. He was killed on the cross. And then he was put in a grave. And the grave was sort of there, and there was a wee hill. And then the stone was rolled down to cover the mouth of the grave. Right? And on third day, on Easter morning, the stone was rolled away. Which way you think the stone was rolled? This way? Or that way? Up the way. Down the way or up the way? Guess.
Up the way.
Up the way. Well done. Fantastic. That must be God speaking to you. Through you. The stone was not rolled down the way, it was rolled up the way, away from the mouth of the grave. And the angel was sitting on it. And when the ladies, the women, came, and I call them, the women came with spices, thinking that they would pay their final respect to Jesus and his body, and then will leave him there in the grave. Now, I call these ladies spice girls, because they brought spices. But when they came to this grave, the stone was already rolled away. Now, that stone was not rolled away so that Jesus could come out. It was rolled away so the women and other people can see that grave is empty. And remember what the angel said to these women? He said, he's risen. And he's risen indeed. Yes. And while, remember the story that I told you earlier about the magician? While people are thinking, oh, where the assistant is gone, and they are amazed, while they are still thinking, a cheer of roar comes up. And this beautiful assistant appears on the stage, doing like that. Similarly, when these women were bewildered, thinking where Jesus could have gone, then Mary Magdalene finds somebody, taps her on the shoulder and says, who are you looking for? And he says, my masters, they have taken away his body. And then that Jesus tells her that he's risen according to his promise. And that's why we celebrate Easter, because Jesus is risen. He is no more in the grave, and his grave is still empty in Jerusalem. People pay a visit to this grave every year, and thousands of them. And you have the opportunity to go and see yourself. One day, I promise, I will go. I have been thinking about that for a long time, but one day I'll go and see for myself. And he is risen so that we don't have to die. That is a good news, and that's why Easter is the most important day in the whole of our calendar, even more important than Christmas. So let's stand together and celebrate this very, very powerful day by singing Mission Praise number 881.